guilty of any of these charges?
No, and I should have
Did you
served
do
one
anything
inning.
wrong?
No.
Did you do any PEDs?
No.
Did you obstruct just anybody, any witnesses? Did you do anything that they accuse you of doing? Nothing.
Nothing.
So you're guilty in your mind of nothing.
I feel like I should be there opening day.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working hard
So
for.
and let's get that on the record. You say you did not do these PEDs that they're accusing you of doing.
You're correct, Mike. My only message to the commissioner is, I know you don't like New York, but come to New York and face the music.
What about you? Does he like you?
He hates my guts. There's no question about it.
Have you ever gotten along with him? You think it's just personal?
I don't think they like big salaries.
But did you ever have anything personal with him? You ever run-ins with him or any?
100% is personal, and I think this is about his legacy, and it's about my legacy. And he's trying to destroy me. And by the way, he's retiring in 2014, and to put me in his big mantle on the way out, that's a hell of a trophy.
That, of course, Alex Rodriguez on The Fan, the sports radio station, in an interview. It also appeared on Yes Network that you saw there after he stormed out of the arbitration hearing with MLB yesterday. Apparently he kicked the table, said some choice words. By the way, magically a press release came out before he even left the building, but that's the cynic in me, I guess. A-Rod, as you know, fighting a 211-game suspension for using performance-enhancing drugs, which, as you just heard, he denies. Rodriguez wanted to question Commissioner Bud Selig, but when the arbitrator refused to call Selig in, A-Rod stormed out, and he went right to the radio station. He skipped today's hearing, and his attorneys say they will not be back. They are planning to take their fight to court instead. Okay, this is the court of public opinion and then the legal court. Just so we clear it up, Bill, this arbitrator who A-Rod implies is in the bag of MLB, the Players Union and Major League Baseball, there was a pool of arbitrators of which this arbitrator was one, and they mutually agreed on. Right? I mean, I hate to admit that, but there you go. By the way, an arbiter also from Major League Baseball ruled Ryan Braun had never cheated, and as we all know, you know, how that all worked out. Okay. All that said, this is a very dangerous and risky strategy that he's taking here, right? I mean, you tick off the arbiter, there's no guarantee you're going to see a courtroom after this.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, obviously he's got a battery of lawyers, talk about unlimited resources, working for him, and I, you know, there's an old saying, too many cooks spoil the broth, and I wonder how much unanimity is amongst the lawyers as to whether what he did yesterday was the appropriate thing to do. You know, we lawyers have a saying that, you know, when you're summing up to a jury, you know, if you're strong on the facts, bang on the facts, and if you're strong on the law, bang on the law, and if you're weak on the facts and weak on the law, bang on the table. He took it the next step. He banged on the table and walked out. Look, the thing is, this arbitration proceeding gives him an opportunity to present his side, to present his case, to tell his story. You know, by walking out and refusing to, it's like the kid who basically doesn't get picked to play the basketball game, so he takes his basketball and goes home, and then nobody gets to play. So, I mean, I think this was very ill-advised. He's not giving the arbitrator any information by which the arbitrator can side with him.
But wait a minute now. What about the other side of this? What if, as A-Rod claims, that the hit job on him came from the commissioner directly? And thus, that's why the commissioner needs to be questioned.
But A-Rod himself isn't testifying.
That's true.
Okay, and we can all, I think, without being too cynical, assume he testifies under an oath, all of a sudden there's perjury potentials for him. No one's forcing him to do it. But my only thing is, I don't know what he wins this way. And if he's trying to win the court of public opinion, who likes this guy? I'm a Yankee fan. I can't find, you know, he got booed when he came back to Yankee Stadium. So I don't know in what court he wins this fight.
But in federal court, I mean, you're the lawyer, but he can subpoena the commissioner.
You're assuming he gets a federal court.
No. Look, you can issue subpoenas anytime you want, but the person being subpoenaed can always move to quash the subpoena on the grounds that he's not in a position, he shouldn't be called. You know, in this case here, what we're losing sight of is one thing. The issue in this case is not and never has been whether or not A-Rod used performance-enhancing drugs.
Because he hasn't.
He says he hasn't, but he also told Katie Couric he never did, and then it turned out he did, but he forgot about it. Look, the thing is that the issues in this case is that the Major League Baseball claims that they have evidence that he obtained or purchased performance-enhancing drugs. Now, one can say, if you're purchasing it, what are you purchasing for unless you use it? The second thing is, and this is really the elephant in the room, this is what I think is driving the length of the suspension. Major League Baseball is claiming that he took affirmative steps to obstruct the investigation. I would take the position that if you're obstructing the investigation, that's more serious than if you took a performance-enhancing drug. So,
And then also worked as a facilitator for the other players who have already taken pleas to get them to the biogenesis location. And I know this doesn't matter in a court of opinion, but he said he never even met this Tony Bosch. Now, magically, 9 months later, oh yeah, I met him, but I didn't do anything with him. The lack of any kind of consistency from this guy makes it tough. But I'm very curious as Met fans for you too. Today, Ryan Braun, another poster child of this, was rumored that potentially could go to the Mets. For as distasteful as the A-Rod thing is, would you guys take him in a heartbeat?
No.
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 Because he's a cheater, you don't think he's any good?
I don't know because of that contract. I mean, that's he's got a huge contract.
It has nothing
I
to
don't
do
know
with
if
it.
he's going to be the same player without the juice.
Well,
There you go. And there you go. And magically, all these guys that were tainted who are free agents this year, they're going to get huge contracts, and it's not going to impact them one iota.
Would you take
What happened?
A-Rod?
no, absolutely not.
Oh, now I know you're lying.
Not
All right.
now.
Nope. Nope.
Bill, thank you
years
very
ago.
much.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it. All right, coming up, everybody on the other side of this break, Walmart. Save money, live better. Only, though, for its workers, it's Walmart doing the saving. We're going to tell you about how one sign in Canton, Ohio has got a lot of folks saying, what? They're telling people having food drives so that they can eat on Thanksgiving, except it's for the employees at the store itself. We'll talk about that after this.